Store. It's time to put the packages on the table, Lindsay. That's right. Lions nickel package on a Football Friday. Let go.
All right, first question of the Lions nickel package. Who will have more catches if he plays? Amon-Ra St. Brown, who missed practice again today, or Sam Laporta?
That Friday practice thing is big too. Missing practice on a Friday. I default. If you ask me that question about the Lions, the default answer is Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's always going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a gold jacket loading as well. I don't have quite the conviction that I do with Penei Sewell, but I do believe when it's all said and done, because of the path of the numbers he's on, right? He's at Justin Jefferson levels right now in catches. I know that's not sexy because they're not 80-yard bombs, but they still count the same. And he is. Lindsay, he's a linchpin to the franchise. He's an anchor to this offense. If he's there, he's involved.
Oh, he's definitely going to be involved. But I think if he shows any signs that he is a little, hampered by a nagging injury or anything, and he might gut it out and play because he's that type of guy, I think Laporta he'll be used more if that happens.
Oh, sure, there's no question.
Yeah.
And I really think, too, I heard Jared Goff talking to the media, and they asked him about Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown and, like, security with receivers, and obviously Reynolds is his guy and stuff like that. And he talked about it, and he said it's building with Laporta.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody, it ain't there yet,
no.
but it can only get there through the battles.
Exactly. And that's when, guys like especially young guys, that's when they prove their mettle to a quarterback, prove that they're worthy of when everybody looks covered, I'm not covered.
Right.
And that's what, Travis Kelce is in with the Chiefs. When everybody's covered, he'll throw that ball to Travis Kelce, and they have a connection where they know certain little nuances that they do when things are broken down, that he's always open. And everybody's like, oh, man, well, how does he keep getting open, dude?
Because he's always open.
He's always open.
Right? Because, again, Amon-Ra St. Brown pays the price off the field. And nobody ever talks about this, Lindsay. With certain dudes, we talked about the Aaron Rodgers thing to me with Tom Brady. And people would always say, I would say, no, Rodgers is about cooked, like it's about over. People say, oh, how can you say that? Brady played. Brady sold his soul for the game. Nutrition. And Lindsay, I've never asked you this before, but I'm willing to bet I know the answer. If you could go back to Lindsey Hunter in college, first couple years in the NBA, through the NBA, what's the one thing that you wish you could go back and change? I bet it would be selling your body, nutrition-wise, workout, like maximizing your body. Am I warm on that one?
Of course. We all would. And it's crazy you say that, going down to the Pistons' new facility, seeing all the things that they have. I was walking around and I was like, dude, I'd have played 25 years.
Right.
With all this stuff they got in here. They got underwater cold tub whirlpools with the doggone treadmill, and I'm like, this is amazing. So yeah, that's a big part of longevity and being able to do the things that Brady did. Hey, who's to say that Aaron Rodgers going into exile for a couple of while,
darkness retreat?
Yeah. You see what I'm saying though? It's not equal. It's not equal. And Andrew Schmidt says, hard work beats talent, not working hard. But part of working hard, Lindsay, and I still don't think to this day part of working hard is what you put in your body on a day-to-day basis.
Definitely.
That's part of it.
Yes, definitely.
So, I just think Amon-Ra St. Brown's built different like that.
Yeah.
So that's where I agree. Second down.
Next question of the Lions nickel package. Can the defense continue to stop the run like this?
You want to say yes. Like, I want to be in the good time band. I want to have fun and stuff like that.
You don't believe. You have doubts.
This is historic, though, what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing, though. And you know how sometimes a team will start the season super, super hot? They may not be, like, at the maximum level that they are now, but it's not going to drop off much. It's not going to be a giant drop off.
No, I'm not saying the bottom's going to fall out. It's like a trap door. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like this. And I always go back to what we talked about earlier in the week. The 2014 Lions had Ndamukong Suh, like an all-pro, no doubt anchor on the interior of the defensive line.
Right.
This Lions roster is deep. We've seen it. We've seen Benito Jones have a farm outfit on walking into the game and go out there and bust people up on the inside. We've seen Frank Kaminsky. We've seen it all. Aline McNeil, all of it, like the interior. They have depth, no question. It's just they don't have that. And I'm not saying you have to have it to win. I'm just saying like that guy that's an all pro dude like Sue. That's the difference to me. Now I'm with you. We got to get over this. The trap door's going to fall, and they're going to go up 300 yards to Carolina this weekend. No, no, I don't believe that. I'll be stunned if they get 100 yards.
All right.
So easy, guy.
Yeah, no. I'm the one who's saying they can keep this. They can maintain the level of play as far as not giving up, big rushing yards.
Right.
But I just feel some hesitancy in your approach to the question. You had a little like, I don't know.
Oh, I did say Frank Kaminsky, didn't I? I meant John Kaminsky.
I say that all the time, too.
Yeah. Hey, what do you want to do? Third down.
Frank the Tank.
Yep.
Frank the Tank. All right, third down, third question of the nickel package. Is Dan Campbell a top 10 coach in the NFL this season?
I say yes, but here's why. And I text you guys when this stuff happens. His grasp, he plays the meathead bit and everything like that, and he plays it well. But make no mistake, another reason the Lions are good, the grasp they have of time management. And I know Catspot's going to run to his thing. What about the going for the touchdown against Seattle, Neil? No, I'm not talking about that. The philosophical approach. But you know what? I take that back. There was a bit of that philosophical approach to that Seattle game. He wanted to make sure that Seattle did not get the football back. That was the main point because the defense couldn't stop them. And turning that around, they have become the masters. You've heard me talk about this before. What did the Patriots do incredibly well for 20 years? Score in the last minute of the second quarter when they're getting the ball to start the second half.
Put major pressure on you by doing that.
It flips the entire game.
Yep.
Because you can be down 10 points in the second quarter. You get a field goal, you get to halftime, you get the ball, you get a touchdown to start, boom, you're winning.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It flips the game. And Lindsey, they have a firm grasp on that. That's my little thing that is a big thing.
No,
where are you at with it?
That's a huge thing because a lot of teams can't manufacture that. That's hard to do. You have to be built to do that, and I think the Lions are. I think this year he's been a top 10 coach. Now, what happens the rest of the season, we'll see how high his trajectory is. But right now, no doubt he's top 10. I think that's a no-brainer.
I'm salty. If Goff's so good, why didn't he score a single point against New England last year? The same reason that Patrick Mahomes got his ass kicked in 2 road games last year. It happens. The same reason Lindsey Hunter lost a road game one time in Denver by 45 points.
Altitude. We blame it in altitude.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, fourth down.
Fourth question of the nickel package. Should the Lions add a pass rusher?
Pass rushers are kind of like extra beers in the cooler at this point. I'm never going to say no because you never know what's going to happen. But when you get around the bonfire, it's nice to have that security. No, you got another sixer in the. I'm speaking your language here.
Yes, you are.
Because it's not on your mind. You're not thinking about, hey, I got to pace myself here because we're almost out of beers.
No, I always got some in the cooler.
I always got some in the cooler. So, yeah, it'd be nice. But, Lindsey, I think, again, as this roster sits right now, where they are, how they look as a defensive line, defensive ends, I think they're cool right now.
Yes.
Now, that could change, but they're in a financial position where they could change with it.
I love where they are right now. Of course, Houston went out, so there's one guy that could really help now. Hopefully he'll be back, next year or whatever. But I'm cool with how they look now. They look aggressive. They look deep. They look physical. They have all the makings. They look the part right now, and they're starting to fulfill the look. I always say that when I see a team play, I watch the physicality of the defensive line and the linebackers. If you got that physicality and they're running from end line to end line and they can tackle and make things happen and put pressure on the quarterback, that's what I look for, and they have that. It kind of look like the 49ers.
Fifth down, everybody.
Fifth down, final question of the Lions nickel package. What do you expect out of J-Mo this week?
5 touches in some form or fashion.
Even if Amon-Ra doesn't play?
Maybe 6 then, maybe 7. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's fair.
in some form or fashion, I expect one medium-sized play. You know, like 18-yard end around, something like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of impact. Now, I'm not going to, when he doesn't catch 9 balls for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns, I'm not going to run out here and say, oh, bust, he's a bust alert. Why is he letting off firecrackers?
Dude, you already know we got some haters in the wings waiting
Typing right now. About that 20-second delay right now.
I told you J-Mo wasn't going to be. Sit down and relax.